Now we're going into power prayer. And don't worry, no shouting. I was taught this by none other than the Creator Himself. He told me how to do this. He told me exactly what to do. And I did exactly what he said, and I find it really powerful. I taught this to a Hopi Wakayan, holy man, spiritual leader. And I taught this to him just about, 4 months ago. With this knowledge alone, he's making quite a name for himself in the Hopi world. And medicine people, elders, and this is a young guy, he's only about 27. And all these people, the higher people within Hopi land, are coming to learn. So this is a rather interesting thing. The Creator told me that the people are not ready for the upcoming times. That was not the Indian people, that was all people. And I did this when he was showing me a vision. I had gone on a 69-day fast. Don't worry, I was using my vitamins, and if I was getting really, really low, I would take orange juice. But it was a liquid fast. And I did go 69 days, and over a 3-day period of that 69 days, 3 concurrent days, I was giving what I was called a great vision. Many of the things that happened in that vision have since happened. I'll neither share here nor there on what happened, because it's always easy to say, yeah, I saw that, and something that has passed. So I'm pretty satisfied that everything else that I saw is going to happen. And when I asked the Creator, I said, why are you showing me this? Audibly, he said, audibly now understand. And I was laying on the floor when it happened, and I was glad I was there, because it probably knocked me to the floor. And his words are so strong, so powerful. And he said the people are not ready for the upcoming times. And then he said this. Now this is going to sound strange from a medicine man, but I'm good medicine people are Christians. They'll never say the word. I am not ashamed of saying it. Neither are they, due to the connotation of all this bickering between these denominations. They don't want to be associated with them, and I can understand. But not only do we all read the Bible, but the word Christian means Christ follower. It does not mean what is in the church today. Talkers, not so much doers. And it's pretty hard for me to say this, because my own upbringing in the inner Hyoka tell me not to show and tell. And yet people want me to show and tell to prove that what I'm saying is true. And I tell them, no, I can't. It makes me sound bad. Makes me sound like a liar. But I give you the knowledge so that you can, because you're not in a Hyoka. I've got to abide by my own learnings. This is not necessarily meant for the so-called Christians. This is meant for everybody, and I don't care your race, religion, thoughts, anti-schism, and anti-God and no God or whatever. I don't care. This is for everybody, but the Christians are the ones that will get it the most, at least in the time being. But he said, you're not ready for the people are not ready for the upcoming times. And he said, to be prepared, they must do, you, is what he said, must do these 3 things. And by the you, he was not inferring me alone, he was speaking of all. You must get on your knees daily. You must read the Word of God daily. You must believe what you read in that Word daily. And then he proceeded to show me what this all did. And the most interesting aspect was the fact that the knee position. He showed me standing there in vision, standing and saying praise, as I've often done and still do. But as I got serious about my praying and praising and wailing, or whatever you want, I would begin to walk around. He was showing me this, and yet it was from a true past. I do that. I get kind of bored there. I just can't stand still. And then walking around, he showed me thinking about what is around me that with my eyes shut I'm going to bump into or trip on or step on. And he showed me by so doing I was not putting all into the prayer time, that I had a piece of me off on La La Land called Earth Reality, and was not giving all to him. I was giving a bit of it to the attention of hurting myself. So that was the negativity of standing and praying. Then, for laying down and praying, he showed me again, and I've done this often, so he showed me again laying there and being serious in my prayer time and falling dead asleep doing so. So that was the negative in laying down. Then he showed me on my knees. And yes, he did show me I've fallen asleep once or twice on my knees. I was that exhausted. But believe me, I wouldn't have got anywhere near as close to my prayer time on my knees at times if I would have used it, when I instead laid on my back and almost instantly fell asleep. So I had a lot more time going on knees. But out of all the knee time, I've only fallen asleep once or twice, ever, over many, many years. And he told me by being on my knees, I was not concerned about hitting anything. By being on my knees, I was not, all greatly concerned of falling asleep. And my prayer times would be, improved, more complete, more mind truth, more mind sending, more mind attention to him. He also then told me, as he was showing me this, that for whatever reason, I don't understand it, I can't pretend to understand everything. He showed me by being on my knees, it was more than what the Christians talk about of being a humble position. And he showed me that this was true. And he told me that this is true. It is a humbling position before the Creator. But he also showed me that in so doing, I became like a sending, receiving station. Like even though it's standing, my feet were on the ground. But for some reason, my knees and toes and everything, touching the what was below me, whether it was ground or a rug or whatever, I was getting more spread, in a sense, picking up more juice from the inner earth. I was picking up more vibrations, more of its love sending. And with myself in that position, and not being able to fall asleep so easily and not worried about crashing into anything, I was putting a whole lot more into the prayer time. And then he showed me as I raised my hands to the Creator, and Indians do this, don't think we don't, that I was in turn receiving from him and receiving from the heavens and all the planets and all the vibrations and all the love and all the goodness that surrounds us up there. So I'm receiving, and the receiving is from below upwards into me and above downwards into me. And I became somewhat of a conductor that could then, much easier, hear, now understand, hear the Creator when he spoke. And he could hear me clear. It was a clear telephone line between us. So, read the Word of God daily. He said that was necessary because of the upcoming times are so horrible, and I can vouch for that. What I've been shown, I don't want to see again. And I begged him the first time, and it went on and did it 2 more times to me over a couple of years. And it just breaks me down. I just bawl like a baby for a long time. It's so sad, so pitiful, so horrifying. So we're not ready for that upcoming time. So you're going to have to feed your spirit now on a daily basis, believing what is written there. This does not mean believing what you're told by somebody in the pulpit, or your mom or dad, or your grandmother and grandfather, or your great aunt, the church-going public, or whatever. No.